Hi everyone, it's Chris from Stamp Blessings, and I'm just popping in today to show and share about my November free card kit. It's an item that comes out of the mini catalog, and right now it is unavailable, but starting probably November 24th, it looks like it'll be back in stock. But I don't know about you, but I always get super busy around the holidays, and this Joyful Days Memories and More card pack really caught my attention. I thought these were just so pretty, and I loved the samples, so I thought, okay, let me get it and check it out. So I just want to show you a little bit about the card pack itself. You get 6 of each card, which is really nice. So these are 3x4s, and they have a really pretty side. Well, this one is that's okay, but so I really like that side. Oop, I was on the wrong one. So this could be useful. So we have 6 here, and then we have this Joyful Days. It's already got a sentiment in there that's nice, and these red berries are gorgeous. So that was the side that I was like, Then here we have 6 more, and I really like this pattern here. And these would be great for journaling. So if you're a scrapbooker or you wanted to do some pocket scrapbooking, those are nice. You could also make a card. I'm going to show you a little bit what I did with one of them, but I really like that pattern. And then we have this wreath with no sentiment, and I did make a card where I embossed in that, which looks really pretty. And this is kind of a fun background too. And then this last Christmas tree, I really like that. And then again, we have this kind of funky background. It's almost like, looks like a watercolor look. So those ones grab me a little bit less, but as always, there's 2 good sides, or 2 sides. So, and then this last card is Merry Christmas, and it too has a great plaid. Then you also have a couple of 4x6 cards. So you have this pretty pine tree with another fun plaid. Most wonderful time of the year with the sentiment. And that has another good kind of scrapbooking background if you wanted. And then the last one are these note cards. These would be cute as a recipe card. And then another funky background. So I'm so glad that I've got some friends watching today. I would love you to leave a comment and a shout out to all of you guys, so I appreciate it. It's been a long time since I went live, and I'm waiting kind of with bated breath for Mom to wake up and come down, so we'll see what happens. But again, these are the Joyful Days, Memories, and More, and they make great cards. So the cards that I've already made up just playing around with the scraps is this here with Merry Christmas, and I gold embossed it. I was kind of torn with the background, but that crumb cake looks good. And for this one, I just took this card, cut it smack down the middle, so I had a 3x6, and then I used the labels die to do that. So it was really fun and easy to get a whole different look. So that's from there. And then here I did some gold embossing. This is from the new Snowy Delights. Love this new stamp set. So if you're coming to my card class in 2 weeks, we're going to be using a lot of this, which I love. But this says Joy to the World, and I used some of this gold foil paper that is still available. So you can still find it online, and it just adds a little bit of glamour to it. But let's go ahead and get started with the 4 kits that will be in my November free card kit. Products that I'm using is the Cherry Cobbler cardstock, Mossy Meadows. You'll also get some of this ribbon. It is the metallic gold, and I'll show you how I use that. So when you get my card kits, you'll get a little pile, and this time you'll do your own cutting, but you'll get an envelope, card base, and an envelope. So I went ahead, and this is one of the fronts that you'll get, and love my Tombow glue. So we're going to cover up this ugly side. And the cardstock is already pre-cut for you, but usually what I like to do is I just give it an extra 1/4 of an inch. So if this is 3 by 4, I went 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then your card base. So I took one of the note cards that was kind of, well, I said it was a little bit and I cut it in half. Here we go, this one here. And I just cut it in half, and then I cut it again so that I get a fun little border. So really, it's not wasteful at all. So I'm gonna just go ahead and glue those down. And by using my little grid mat, I can kind of make sure that I line it up pretty close. So you'll be able to do this cutting at home and doing some assembly. And I do include PDF instructions for that. So, super easy. And how do you get my free card kit? It's when you place a $50 order or more on my website. So, nice. I have to just check because I'm working at an angle, and then with my bifocals, trifocals, yikes, we got a lot going on. Now, you could add a sentiment at this point. You could stamp something up here. I embossed in black a sentiment that says Merry Christmas. I'm not sure if I'll be using that, but let's put that aside. But anyway, look how quick and easy that card came together. I have one more that is kind of in that layout. So you would be getting the green, the red, and your card front. And again, so easy. If I wanted to, I could add a little gold ribbon to kind of jazz it up. And let's see, I think we will do that. So if you're looking for these, they are out of stock right now, but it looks like that they're going to be available again the week of November 24th. So that's good that things come back in stock pretty quickly. All right, so this ribbon is really pretty, and I think it adds just a little extra. I don't do a lot of big bows. I just like a simple knot when I do mine. So there we go. And we'll snip and snip. And we've already, look how quick that is. We've already gotten the second card done, and they're so pretty. This paper is gorgeous. I am kind of like a pine person anyway. I just bought the branching out dies, and I love the little pine branch and pine cone in there. So now we have our second card done. So easy. Now we're going to get into a little bit of a different layout. And I took this 4x6 and I cut off a 1/4 of an inch down here so that I would have a little bit of a border showing so that that Mossy Meadows shows. But look how pretty that is. I love it. I hate covering up this background though. All right. And then I probably should have done my cards in reverse, but these are 2 cutoffs from my very last card, and I went ahead and I stamped the sentiment on here, and so now I can just decide whether I want it from this side or that side. Do you have a preference? Which way do you do it? I never really, I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I stack them on the right, and sometimes I stack them on the left. So, and I'm just doing a little banner die where I cut down the center, and then I just come in and I match that. So now I'm picking up a little bit of the red, which looks really pretty. I'm going to glue those down. So quick and easy. And you're not wasting anything because even my cutoffs, I can use them for something else. I'm going to go ahead and just stack that a little bit, flip it around, and cut off that extra bit. All right. And if you wanted to make it a little bit extra fancy, you could tie a bow up there or add some gems, but I really like how clean and simple that is. Well, for the last card I'm making, that is this most wonderful time of the year. And I actually miscut it. When I first got started, I whacked off a 1/2 inch on each side because I really wanted a border, but it was more border than I expected. So I had to come back in and cut off 1/8 of an inch on the top and the bottom. So then that gave me this nice piece right here, smack in the middle. And it gives me a nice border here to show. So that card is almost done, but let's go ahead and add a little bit ribbon to that as well, because a little gold ribbon always just adds some nice sparkle. So here we go. And this is all available on my website if you want to order from me. I appreciate it. That is chrisfranco.stampinup.net. I also have my classes listed there now under events. On Friday, I'm participating in a coffee lovers blog hop, so there's a great chance to win some new product. One lucky winner will get their choice of a card making kit, so you can, or one of the craft kits, but up to a $26 value. So that is a great prize. Always nice when you can pick out what you want. Look at how quick these cards are coming together. And here we go. All I have to do is add these to my card bases. I'm one of those people that just cut card fronts and then I add them to a white base. But you could definitely use a whole sheet, fold it in half, and then put a white center in there. But look how quickly these 4 cards came together. And I think I might add that sentiment here. So let's go ahead and just chop that real quick. I've got my Stampin' Up cutter. I've already pre-embossed the sentiment. So the trick is just to cut it straight. Nice. And then I think that would be nice here. I could either put the whole thing on, or I could do a little offset, and I could even pop it. But unfortunately, I don't have any pop-ups right now. But I love the dimensionals. I've never been much of a pop-up person, but I have gotten pretty attached to Stampin' Up's dimensionals. All right, and so I'm going to just go ahead and put that here. Make sure that with the glue I can move it for a second. So there you go. So this will be the card kit that you'll get free in the mail after you purchase $50 or more on my website. Well, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. And if you have any questions or comments, just go ahead and post them below. Tell me where you're watching from. Hey, have you started your Christmas cards yet? If not, I can help you out. Well, take care. Have a good one. Bye.